Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and in this we'll be covering limited this weekend and the cards that you guys need to be using if you want to get your ring the best way, because I know this weekend it's a little bit tricky. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below, as well as subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10k subscribers, as well as comment any cards you guys are using, just in case there's a few that I missed that some other people might see some value in. For this. So the limited rules this weekend are a little bit weird, and if I'm being honest, not the biggest fan of them, but obviously I've already gone through and got my ring for the weekend. This one is the return week 2. You can see for the game conditions, we can only use 1 ruby or higher player card allowed. That was a little bit weird for some people. No free agent or heat check cards are allowed. Interesting one here. But the reason I'm saying that 1 ruby or higher player card allowed is some people are forgetting that means that you can use above a ruby. It doesn't mean you have to use 1 ruby, all sapphires. You can use more than 1 ruby, or more than a ruby when it comes to tiers. So usually what I was doing in some of these games is, you can see some of the lineups that I have here, is I was actually running my Opal Dwayne Wade, or Pink Diamond Steph Curry, Baron Davis I ran into a few times, some really good cards to run. So just some higher end cards that you can have that might work for you. If you got Reddish and you really love Cam Reddish, really good card, honestly, that you could go ahead and run in Blake Griffin, Aaron Gordon if you have those. Diamond Zion wouldn't be a bad shout either, to be honest. Maybe there's Byron Beck too, because he's kind of a demon. There's some really solid cards you can run, but if I'm being honest, one of the cheesier things you could do is run a big man, because most of the time that I go against these people in this limited this weekend, I haven't really seen too many people with that next level good center or power forward to really run with it. So it's something that you actually could mix it up a little bit, because some of these sapphire centers that I'll show you, most of them have some pretty big flaws that you'll notice. But for the sapphires that we do have to shout out here, some really good ones. I have this Derek Harper from, I think, season 1 and maybe season 2 with the triple threat offline challenge that they had. This Derek Harper is an absolute beast. So if you have him, I definitely would use him, but there's some other ones that I can show you that are pretty similar. But you can see he has an 80 shot 3, which is really nice. We have good playmaking for a sapphire. We have a good steal of an 88, a good perimeter defense as well, and we have some nice speed as well. So kind of what I'm looking for out of my PG is this defense, defense only, because a lot of people are running those offensive kind of only cards. And I think having a guy like Derek Harper who can play make really well at the PG position, but still has that gold clamps, that gold intimidator interceptor, is basically the perfect sapphire PG to run, period. And it allowed me to open up my offense a little bit more and run Wade instead of having Curry, because Wade is obviously just that next level defender to have on a team, and he really changed up the game for me. So Derek Harper, I would highly recommend if you have him on your lineup. Another one that's good is going to be another card that's a little bit, I guess, you kind of need to have him. I think I've gone over him a few times. I'm trying to find him. Apparently, oh, I might have already put him in the lineup. Yeah, is this Sapphire Walt Frazier. He was a reward for some spotlights, I think, back in, I think it might have been season 1 for the spotlights. I'll double check really quick for you. Yeah, season 1 will rise. Spotlights is Walt Frazier, and the reason that I love this Walt Frazier as well is because we're 6'4". We don't have the greatest of shooting, a little bit tough, but the playmaking again is absolutely insane. 90 perimeter defense, 86 steal, which is great. Some pretty good speed, and you can see we have clamps, we have pick dodger, teardropper, needle threader, just that great playmaking, that great defense, everything that I want out of a PG, and quite a few bronze badges that are actually pretty solid. So Walt Frazier, definitely a guy that I would recommend, that I would use. Again, if you have been playing 2K from the beginning, you should have these cards, and they're really solid options to run at the PG. Guys that I love at the 2, you guys saw the guy that I had first here, which was Brian Russell. This is a token market card that you guys can get for 6 tokens, who is just amazing. 6'8" at the 2, and again, like I tell you guys, I love 3-and-D options at my 2 and my 3. They're just guys that I absolutely love to run, and Brian Russell fits that perfectly. 80 mid-range, 84 3-point shot, and got a little bit of dunking, and he will dunk from time to time, but we still have that 80 perimeter defense, which is awesome, and we have, catch and shoot, corner special, some really nice stuff, silver claim, silver pick dodger, all that wonderful things. And Brian Russell, just one of those guys that I absolutely love. Some people might not like him because jump shot 70 is it's a tough jump shot to, I guess, get used to, but I absolutely love it, and I think it makes this Brian Russell really great. But a card that everybody needs on their lineup if you're going to be running this budget-wise and you don't have a small forward or shooting guard that you're going to be running, is this Sapphire Matt Barnes. One of the best Sapphires, if not the best Sapphire in the game. It's probably in contention between him and maybe Jordan Clarkson. But Matt Barnes is amazing. 6'7" for 3 and the 2 is amazing. He has an 89 3-point shot, even a 68 driving dunk. I think with his 80 driving dunk tendency still will actually get you some pretty nice animations, and I personally think it's a really smooth jumper. 85 perimeter defense, 80 steal, and even a 74 interior for Sapphire. These are beautiful stats. Really good speed, as well as 15 gold badges. Like, you can see catch and shoot, corner, pick dodger, pickpocket, clamps, interceptor, like beautiful badges, including hot zone hunter. This Matt Barnes literally does everything that you could possibly ask for out of a Sapphire, plus more in this, and he's one of the cards that you'll probably see most consistently, and you're basically at a disadvantage if you're not running it. Another one that I always try to shout out, because I swear to God, this Jeff Green plays so much above an Emerald. It's Emerald Jeff Green. Pick him up, try him out. It saves you a spot and actually will lower your overall just a little bit, because he is only an Emerald, not a Sapphire, and he just plays out of his mind. He has a great jump shot, and he's 6'8", which obviously you gotta love. An 84 midi, a 79 3-point shot. We have amazing dunking. We have great playmaking, a good perimeter defense, and we have great speed stats. Again, it is an Emerald, so you kind of have to taper your expectations, but we also have 3 gold badges. We got some silver and some bronzes that are nice, and I've heard some people have actually badged out this Jeff Green and say that he plays out of this world. But I've only used mine with all of these bronze badges because I didn't add a quick first step or anything like that. He just comes with it, and it makes him great. So it's a nice little bench option for a lot of people. I think Jeff Green is great, but one that I more consistently use is over here in a small forward that I usually run at my power forward. Who, do I have him in the lineup again and not realize it? No. So I'm just tripping. It is Patrick Williams, who is somewhere in here that I'm probably just completely overlooking, but Sapphire Patrick Williams. Oh, wait, yeah, okay, I only have an Emerald Patrick Williams right now. But get yourself a Sapphire Patrick Williams with the defensive Evo, and Patrick Williams will come with like gold clamps, some really wonderful things. He has a decent 3-point shot as well as dunking and all that sort of stuff, and he's one of the better Sapphires in the game, and really plays well. For the center positions, one guy that I love to run is Sapphire Chris Bosh, just because 6'11", a jumper that I don't find terrible, but definitely isn't great. And he's a nice post guy, a good midi, good 3-point shot, decent dunking, and we have good interior defense and rebounding, which is great. Some nice gold badges, but one thing I've realized is Chris Bosh kind of gets pupped in the paint and doesn't rebound as well as you'd want him to, because I've gone against, a Rudy Gobert and things like that, which defensively do good and offensively do nothing, but they've been able to rebound over this Chris Bosh pretty well. So a counter to that is I have been running Kristaps Porzingis. If anybody's been out rebounding me, this Sapphire Kristaps Porzingis comes in and snags everything that I would need, and also plays amazing because of how tall he is, with a good 3-point shot that I've actually been able to green pretty consistently with, because it is the Brook Lopez base. Still has good dunking, still has good defense, and plays well. You can pick up the other Sapphire Kristaps Porzingis from the 2021 set, which is perfectly fine, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit more expensive than this one, and I already have this one in my collection. All of the badges are the same, it's just some stats changes between the two, so it's not too big of a deal depending on who you pick. Other great ones, George Hill, another PG that I want to shout out, because at 6'3", this George Hill just has amazing stats. Good midi, good 3-point shot again, a 65 driving dunk, and a pretty decent driving, terrible driving dunk tendency, a good driving layup tendency. Sorry, I was capping there. But again, a really good playmaker, solid defender, but we're missing out on clamps, so a lesser option, maybe a bench guy if you want, but still has good speed, and I love the jumper, and I love the badges on George Hill. Quick first step and downhill means that he's going to attack the basket so much better than a lot of the guys you're going to use, and because you're going against a lot of Sapphires, having one bad defender probably isn't terrible. Xavier McDaniel, another guy that I absolutely love, 6'9", and you can see a 91 offense, 87 defensive overall at 6'9". That's good. Those are not some Sapphire things. 9 gold badges, which are pretty good, and I just love the all-around stats of McDaniel. He has good tendencies, a good midi, a good 3-point shot, and it's the jump shot 40, so I've been able to hit pretty consistently in the corner, which is why I run with the power forward. Everywhere else, it's a little sus. But really good dunking ability, especially in the fast break. This Xavier McDaniel feels amazing. Really good defense, really good speed, and some good rebounding as well. So Preferably, I run Xavier McDaniel and this Jeff Green, actually, at the power forward, and they work very, very, very well. Jordan Clarkson is a card that I shouted out earlier as being one of those guys that you want to run just because of how good his offensive ability is. Usually run my Clarkson as a shooting guard, but you can see why. 84 mid-range, 86 three-point shot, and an 80 driving dunk. He can speed boost as well. Has meh defense, but good speed, and 19 gold badges, including quick first step, downhill, wonderful things there. Hot zone hunter, absolutely love this Jordan Clarkson. He has a money jump shot as well as difficult shots, and he just plays great. So I like to run him as that like off-ball kind of guy who just gets a lot of buckets, maybe catch and drive, things like that. And this Jordan Clarkson plays great. Another shooting guard that plays good, Deshaun Stevenson, another token market card at 6'5", is another one of those 3-and-D guys that can still kind of dunk a bit that I think plays really well. 84 three-point shot, a 75 driving dunk, 84 perimeter defense, and you can see here we have gold catch and shoot, interceptor, ankle braces, and then we have silver clamps and pickpocket, which is great. And then 2 slept on guys I wanted to shout out were Jabari Parker, because this Jabari Parker is free, and running him as a 3 and a 4 is insane because this Jabari offensively is amazing. He basically just feels like a Carmelo Anthony with insane athleticism. And plus the 84 midi, 87 mid-range with the 90 standing and driving dunk is godly. He can speed boost as well with a good coach boost. This Jabari is amazing. If you haven't tried him out offensively, he is godly. Obviously the defense, trash, but he's going to get buckets for you. And then also Denny Avdija. I've seen some people use him at the Sapphire, and honestly he's amazing because he is just perfectly well-rounded, a jumper that I actually quite like, and depending on the evo that you decide to go, actually I don't think he gets a choice in the first one, but with an evo he also will go up pretty substantially just to get some nice fast break points. You can see he gets a better 3-point shot, a better midi, he gets better speed with ball, free throws, and we get a bunch of nice badges like silver clamps, pick dodger, catch and shoot, things like that. So he can be a limited beast for you basically the rest of the year. So a great option overall for a lot of the Sapphires. There's some other ones like Maurice Cheeks, who I think dropped in the original season set here, who's another great PG. Some really good options, but those guys that I shouted out were, again, really solid. And obviously, like I said, for the higher card that you're going to be running, I ran Wade. But one thing to really switch up the meta is if you're running a Blake or somebody like that at the center. If you run Opal AD, you'll probably never lose the game. It's just kind of how it goes. It's some pretty nice things out there. Hopefully you guys can go and get your rings. There also is Idols packs that are out in the auction house, not in the auction house, in the rewards for limited. At the end of it, you can get any of the Idol series packs for rewards. So any of these ones, Magic, KD, Dominique Wilkins, Grant Hill, Manu Ginobili, and even the new Anthony Davis packs are all in there as rewards, and I did get a few of them and open them in a video that'll be dropping tomorrow. So yeah, like if you guys did enjoy, comment down below if you guys did get your ring, if you're going to use any of these cards and that wonderful stuff. Subscribe if you guys are new, all those wonderful things, and there will be a video dropping either before or after this. There'll be another video on the channel today that's going over how to make some XP really quick with these new challenges this weekend, because you can see we're at level 29. We've been grinding a little bit. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.